Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Evie, and in today's video, um, it's been a long time that I've not recorded, and I feel like I'd better be saying why because it's a long story. So today I'm going to be telling you guys, and then we're going to try to get it as fast as we can, and then we're going to go do some sneak peeks of this year's video, and it's so exciting. So the channel started start of November, and then it ended, and then I stopped recording start of March, end of Feb. It was not long after I got Winnie, and this reason is because we thought when we got Winnie that we would get straight out, jumping, eventing, or everything, but that's not quite what Winnie had in mind for us. So we found out that obviously she was pushed for the money. She was made jump in these these big 120s, 130 courses just to be worth the money, and she is worth the money that we paid, but not at this age. So and then we took her to an arena hire, and she you could tell she was frightened, she was scared, she was in pain, and we're like, this is not how we're gonna live. So we went further back from the basics. We were like walking around the arena. Literally, that was all we did with her. We had the physio out, and we're like, okay, so what's wrong? And she was like, she's not got muscle hair. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, she's been pushed that she's not got muscle hair in her neck. Like, it is as small as a pea. And we're like, oh my god, so this is the reason why she's been rearing, booking, being silly, charging around the arena trying to get me off, because she's missing a muscle. And then we're like, okay, so what's the plan? And we're like, she needs a year of pole work, show jumping, and obviously it's not quite a year, but when you feel like she's ready, you can get her out show jumping, and you can go as far as you want from there, but just make sure she's got a muscle. So the first few months / weeks were, my nan was hacking with her and doing all that, like the road work, and I was doing the flat work, the pole work. And after a few weeks of that, my nan moved up to a bit higher level, because obviously my nan does Peak District rides, so she moved a bit further up doing the rides, and then I moved a bit further up from doing like little poles on the ground to do some raised poles. And then when we saw, you could start, like, now there's a muscle there clearly, but like a few weeks ago, like, you could start to see a little muscle like there, but it was still very small. So we're like, okay, we'll just stay what we're doing for a few weeks. And then what I'm saying, like 4 weeks ago, we started. So yeah, like just under a month ago, we started taking her out show jumping, and this girl clearly missed her show jumping. So we got her out show jumping. She was loving it. Like, she genuinely loves it so much, bless her. So, we were doing a load of that, and, my nan was doing some quite a lot of, like, big rides with her. So, yeah, she's literally loving it now. We've got her jumping 60 to 70s, even bigger now. But it's not the height she's worried about, because she can jump 130 courses, we would say. And she loves it, but not one, far from 140. So we'll probably be hopefully doing 1 meter courses, 1.5, etc., and then doing a lot bigger, like if it's just like 1 or 2 jumps, because she has got the scope. But obviously it's not about height, but she's got so much scope in her. It's just the rhythm. She gallops off to the jump, and it's like, Winnie, just stay. I promise I'm not gonna, because we think she was smacked before she went even the jump, even though she had a nice rhythm. So now she's just normally just started galloping. I was like, Winnie, I'm not going to smack you for doing something right. And then, now she's realised, oh, they're not going to, Evie and my nan are not going to hurt me for, going into the jump really fast. I'm like, you need to stay with me right now. You need to listen to me. I'm not going to do anything that, I know you can't do. And I know you're capable of doing everything. And she was like, okay, mummy. You do have to hold her hand a bit. You have to, baby her quite a lot. And then she has the moments where she's like, get off me. I've got this. And it is clearly shown in some videos. And I've got a arena high on her in a few days. And I know she's going to be jumping those massive. And hopefully we're going to be jumping a lot bigger on Wednesday. So, and blah, blah, blah. And then So this UK heatwave has been sickening to death. It has been genuinely so like scabby and crabby, and I've hated it so much. It's genuinely gave me such ick. So it's, Greece. Greece has came to England, literally. It's been like 40 degrees down south. It's been around 35 where we have. And that's hot. So I feel bad for people of 40. And we've still been sent to school, and we only got to go in our PE kits. We got no aircon. This is clearly, school's so stupid. So it has been very hard to deal with. But now it's mid 25. It's like just below 25 now, and then it's back to 27 in a few days, which I feel like it's just doable for me. So yeah, it's been fine. I'm dealing with it very well. So the horses, I'm very happy for them. Like they've all been okay in this horrendous heat wave, and it's even hot in some places, so I'm very lucky that that really hot bit hasn't hit us. But we've got our pool up, the horses are having lots and lots of hoses down a day, so they're still very happy, bless them, and I feel like they're very lucky to have this now. We are very lucky to have this, a lot of shelter, and then obviously we are all very lucky that it's a bit colder this week, but it's still going to be hot. So obviously we had like an unexpected thunderstorm a few weeks ago. So my nan was the only one home. My granddad's, we've got a cottage in Wales, so that was where my granddad was. He was fixing stuff. Everyone else was in Wales, but somewhere else. In the Peak District, blah blah. Mum was in the Peak District, and with my dad, I was in Wales. So yeah, and a bit of oh my god, I can't get my words out today. A different bit of Wales. So my nan was at home here, and we had the day before, Winnie broke into Charlie's bed, and when I was like, I don't want them to break into each other's field tonight because it could be quite bad. They could hurt themselves. So she decided to just leave the gate open so they could come into each other. So she did that. She came down the next morning, and he was lame and he was bleeding out his leg. So we had the vet out after a week. So obviously it might have just been him a bit lame and he's just got a little cut in his leg. The vet came, they said it wasn't deep enough for stitches, which is, is very, very good. But he's got a broken leg. And my nan normally can't see these cuts on x-rays, but it was a clear cut. It was like a hairline cut. I don't think it was, but it was very close to being a hairline cut, which is, is just, if you don't know what a hairline cut, it's a very visible, just cut down the side. So, there are no sudden movements, no big noises, no running up to him, just all calm and steady around him and quiet. So, we did that. And now when he walks, it looks like he was never lame. Like, it might have looked like, he's a bit lame, but you would never ever know that pony had a broken leg. And they said it could rather go the wrong way, where if you ever see him racing, it's very unfortunate that sometimes when they break their leg, it's hanging off. But it's very unfortunate for that happening, but they get put to sleep, sadly. So it could rather go that way, where it could be very bad and he could get a straight through slice through his leg. So we are very lucky that it's not gone that way, and obviously it might in this period of time. Touch wood, it's not gonna though. So right now we are very lucky that it's going the way we want it to, but I'm still not saying it is going to be fine, because it's not. It's his leg's still far from going to be fine. He's not going to be rode anytime soon, but we're just right now praying to God that he's going to be okay. So, but yeah, he's a lot better. Grace went lame for a few weeks, so we have had some hard ground. I'm not even joking, it's been as hard as a rock. So she was galloping around the field with Sammy, and she went lame. So out of Sammy, who had laminitis for loads of months, and and then Grace, who's fine, she went lame, and it wasn't bad lame. Well, at first it was really bad, and then every day it got better and better, and then she went a bit lame again. So, but then now she's not lame, luckily. So yeah, she's fine now. Winnie's fine now. Charlie, is far from fine, but he's okay. Sammy's fine. Well, pretty much fine, bless him. And and I'm going to now tell you guys about this year's videos sneak peeks. So I'm just going to have some sneak peeks. So I'm going Blenheim Palace Horse Trials 2026. I'm going to be camping there with my cousin Elsie and my nan and her 2 friends who are horsey. So we are going to be camping there all the days, and we're very excited. You know, if you see me, guys, please come up and say hi. I'm not scared. I'm not scary. But there will be a video on that, and like we're going to be camping in the lorry in the tent. It's going to be so fun. There'll be a packing video, and then on the way when we're there and the way come back, it's going to be so exciting. It's a jam-packed video, so stay tuned. And we've got 2 more weeks left of school, and now it's basically just trips and fun stuff for now over the next 2 weeks. So I'm very, 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 very excited for this. And yeah, and then I've got my camp in August with my friend. We're going to have the mics on, and it's going to be so exciting. You know, we're camping together. Just wait for the video. It's going to be stuck in. So it's going to be like packed. You know your lovies. You know my loves. So, it's going to be so exciting. We're going to Croatia in July. So, you know, stay tuned for that video, because I will be a video on that, lovies. And then we're going to Summerford. It's not an official date yet, but we will be. Might be in October. We don't know yet. It all depends. We might go for a day. We're going to have lots of arena highs. We're going to have lots of lessons. We're going to take them out. The ponies with our friends. So, you know, stay tuned for all of these, you know, exciting things coming your way. So, you know, yeah, just, you know, stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy, and that's all I'm going to tell you. Oh yeah, and also there will be a Vlogmas. It's official. And last year it was the most awful Vlogmas I've ever seen. I didn't know how to edit. I was editing my videos, and you know, now I don't, and that was awful at it. But you know, this year it'll be a bit more professional. Is it bad? I'm already excited for Christmas. No, I don't think it is. I think everyone, nearly pretty much a lot of people are already. I bet I'll just stop chatting. And yeah, I'll also be at Hoys 2026, hopefully, and I'll also... I'm trying to think what even is this year. I don't even know, to be honest, and I don't want to tell you guys too much, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!